everyone, it's Deanna,
Aaron,
and Celeste, and you're catching up on this week's episode of Two Brunettes and a Gay
on the podcast.
Okay, our next guests are responsible for bringing some of the biggest music legends back to the Adelaide Fringe, from Freddie Mercury to Amy Winehouse, Fleetwood Mac to Phil Collins. We have with us in studio the crew from Night Owl shows, and we're very excited to have them back. Guys, welcome to the show.
Yo.
Angus, Reine and Pete.
Thanks for having us, gang.
It's like a reunion of sorts.
It is.
I know.
We were saying off air that this is the fourth year, I believe, we've chatted with the Night Owl crew since we've been doing this show. So it's so good to have you guys back. Yeah. How has Fringe been treating you? Tell our listeners.
It has been a blast. Obviously, it's considerably warmer than the UK. So it's a massive 10 plus.
There's an instant win.
Massive 10 plus bonus to anything that we do over here. And we're playing in a much larger venue this year. We have primarily been at the Regal and also at the Mayworth and the Octagon, sort of like smaller places, on site at Gluttony. But this year, two of our shows are at the Flamingo, this big tent. They're like 400, 500 seaters.
Wow. Maybe six, actually.
Maybe 600.
I'm going to go out there and say six.
Filled out most nights, especially at the weekend. And it's been a blast. Like yesterday, we had Queen. We had a stage invader do like a shimmy walk. It was great. Didn't throw off the vibe at all, though. It was just really fun.
Do we welcome that, or are we like, no, get back in your seat?
Officially, no.
Unofficially, let's go.
He was very apologetic, though. He was like, guys, I'm so sorry. I just had to do that. And I think if they acknowledged that, it was a little bit... Yeah.
Okay, so you obviously don't have just one show. You have many shows happening at the moment. What have you got, 4 shows that you're kind of juggling at the moment?
At the moment, yes.
It's the last 4, isn't it?
The last 4. Over the season, we've been doing 11 shows.
Which is incredible.
There's one way of putting it. The 4 shows that we're doing, we've got our 2 flagships. So we've got the Fleetwood Mac story, which is every other day at 8 o'clock. In fact, we've got that at 1:30 this afternoon.
Matinee.
At the Flamingo. Matinee. And if Fleetwood Mac is on one day, then the next is The Legend of Queen. Peter Marchant.
The leg end of Queen.
Leg end of Queen. Doing a phenomenal Freddie Mercury. And then the other 2 shows at the Mayworth are Back to Black, the music of Amy Winehouse, returning, and a world premiere, both sides, Phil Collins and Genesis celebrated. So we had the world premiere yesterday, and we've got 2 more shows this weekend.
Okay, so with so many shows, do you guys have a favourite that you perform? Because you brought 11, obviously, to Adelaide Fringe. This is just the final 4 that you have left. Do you guys have a favourite?
What do you think?
I feel like we have to say the 4 that we have left. No.
Political
yeah. I did Women of Rock last weekend, which is a show that I wrote. And that's probably my favourite, even though it's like the most taxing on my voice. But I think it's like all of them, I enjoy all of them for different reasons. Like I love to kind of do Stevie. Fleetwood's really fun to be on stage with other singers as well. So,
yeah, you also won an award.
Also won an award. Oh yeah, sorry, did I slide that in there? Yeah, I won an award.
I'm not very modest. I too won an award for one of my favourite shows, The Billy Joel Story. Yeah, it was a 90-minute.
I was going to say you've won a few awards.
We have. I think for me, this has been the 4th award that I've won at the Adelaide Fringe. I had someone tell me that I don't actually know. So it could be a lie.
That's incredible.
But where do you keep your awards?
They're not physical, unfortunately. They are for flying back.
We give them to ourselves.
For flying back to the UK, we have a very small amount of kilogram space in the luggage, so it's probably for the best if we don't.
Mind you, did you see that there was someone, William Orbit, who won like 6 Grammys?
Yes.
And got them in his suitcase, and they were all like broken. So
right.
Maybe it's good we don't,
Oh dear. Well, we don't have to worry about that. That's right.
Okay, with obviously so many iconic artists, how do you choose the songs that go into these set lists?
Pete, why
is
didn't
it
you talk
difficult
about
to
this?
narrow that down, or is it pretty easy?
It's very hard. I mean, like with the Queen show, for example, it's there's so many sort of deep cuts and like album tracks that I'd love to have included in there. I think with the time constraints, we want to obviously go for the ones that people know, at least at the beginning, because with The Legend of Queen, this is the first we introduced it at the Edinburgh Fringe last year, and it's obviously the first time we've brought it to Adelaide. But I think maybe as time goes on, maybe next year we'll bring back bring in some more obscure tracks for the Ultra Queen fans. That's what I want to do.
I was going to say, with the iconic voice of Freddie Mercury, how long did you have to put this show together to get everything just right to hit those?
I mean, I've spent my life sort of trying to sound like Freddie Mercury, basically. I think our director, Dan, sort of pitched me doing a Queen show just based on sort of what he already knew about me as a musician. So the kind of way it works with these shows, we choose the artists that we kind of grew up listening to, that we're most passionate about. And I think that's just a really good way to do it. You know, you feel like each performer is really being kind of their most authentic self by, you know, doing the artists that we do. You know, like Phil Collins is a huge influence on Angus.
I also look a bit like a maths teacher, so Dan was like, perfect fit, mate.
But you've still got all of your hair.
Yep.
So that's fantastic.
And then with, with Reine, like the Women of Rock show, there's a picture that you show during the show of you, you know, as a
pink guitar, pink leg warmers as an 8-year-old, and I think I'm actually flipping off the camera because I thought it was Peace, but I went the other way around, and Dad loves it because he's like, yeah, you thought you were doing Peace there, but
True rock and roll.
So the shows kind of they're tailored to how our voices already are, you know, if that makes sense.
Absolutely. How do you actually prepare to do a tribute show? Because obviously you're emulating an artist, and we've seen you guys do it, and you do an incredible job. Do you really kind of try to immerse yourself in the artist when you're preparing for that show? Do you just kind of get on stage and it happens? Is there a lot of preparation, or no, not really?
There is a lot of prep in terms of like when you're writing it, and you have to find sort of like an interesting story there. You've got to put your own sort of reasons for why you like performing the artist. It's very easy. Like I do the Sting show as well. He's a big influence for me. Phil Collins as well. And that's quite fun. There's a lot of prep to do. Sometimes there's too much stuff and you need to boil it down to 50 or 60 minutes. And when you're actually out here, there's a lot of notes. There's not too much time to rehearse. So there's a lot of notes that you make beforehand. And so when everyone's in the room, they're essentially just sharing what they've done as opposed to learning the songs there on the spot, which is quite tricky. But I think we've got quite good at that now. So there is a lot of prep involved, but also when it comes to emulating the artist's voice, we try not to do it too much because it will be a straightforward tribute. There's like affectations of your voice that you could do. Like, for example, Billy Joel, he doesn't pronounce his T's like T. He goes T for everything. It's a recording studio's nightmare. Just going T. Crash your party. He does that a lot. So there's a little bit of that, but anything else, you're just sort of singing it as your voice. That's the one thing that sort of Night Owl, I think, is different from other shows of its ilk, is the person performing them, you see them, you hear them, and just a little bit of that voice. It keeps it fresh and interesting.
Okay, well, to finish off, we're going to do a rapid-fire round with you, which Aaron likes to call the Fringe test for the Fringe Fest.
oh god.
Okay? So just answer with the first answer that comes to your mind. Freddie Mercury or Phil Collins?
Freddie Mercury.
Freddie Mercury.
Ooh,
Stevie Nicks or Amy Winehouse?
Stevie Nicks.
Anyone else?
Stevie Nicks.
Damn.
I can't believe it.
Oh no, you can't compare those two.
Ballad or banger?
Banger.
Ballad.
Banger.
Damn. Well, you don't have to pick the opposite one every time.
Wardrobe malfunction or forgotten lyric?
Ooh,
Wardrobe malfunction.
Forgotten lyric.
Oi.
Wait, what? Which one we prefer, or which one we?
Which
wouldn't?
one you'd prefer to happen?
Wardrobe malfunction.
Forgotten the lyric.
Forgotten lyric.
If you've actually been on stage and had some very risky, were you guys at that gig actually when I my dress?
I remember you
Front-
saying, I think we were.
That was like Amy Winehouse a couple of years ago.
Yes.
That's not going to happen this year, guys.
No.
I mean, I
Gorgeous red
take
dress.
it all off if Phil can't. So.
Yeah.
Malfunction.
After party or straight to bed?
After party.
After party.
Adelaide or Edinburgh? You can be honest.
Oh,
I live in Edinburgh. I have a place in Edinburgh, so naturally Adelaide.
Yeah.
Oh, Edinburgh is great. I'm going to say Adelaide.
I think I live in Edinburgh now. I'm going to say Edinburgh. I'm a little bit homesick, so
Fair.
no offence, Adelaideans.
Pre-show ritual.
Ooh. So, strophination. So you're like going whoa into like a bottle of water. Yeah,
Singing straw.
Some stretches and not too much. Yeah, because you're going to be doing a big lift on a show anyway.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Go on.
Do some vocal warm-ups.
Yeah.
I always need to do like physical stretches, and then literally as we're about to go on stage, have to run to go for a wee. And that is
Yeah. Nice.
Like clockwork.
And finally, what is on your Fringe radar?
sadly not all the things I'd quite like. Just hydration tablets. Used to be way cooler.
Cooper's XPA.
Ooh.
Oh yeah, after the show. And before and during.
Normally be a few cans of Camden Hells, but they don't seem to have that out here. Yeah, probably like the Cooper. The Pirate Light beer. That's very nice.
Pirate
Yeah.
Light.
Excellent. Okay, where can everyone find you, follow you, and see the shows?
You can find us by searching the Adelaide Fringe website and look for Night Owl Shows. You can tag us online at Night Owl Shows, and you can find us individually at Rainbow, REINEBEAU.
Nailed it.
Peter Marchant is at Megaphony on Instagram. Can you?
That's my artist name.
Yeah, can you spell that?
So it's the word megaphone with a Y on it, or it's two Y's because someone else took the one with one
Yeah.
Y.
And you can find myself at Angus Monroe, or if you're Al Pacino, like Angus Wah. It helps. Wah. Wah.
And we've seen a number of Night Owl shows over the years, and these guys are absolutely incredible. So we can absolutely say, hand on heart, you need to go and get along to any of these shows that are left before the Fringe ends next Sunday. Guys, thank you so much for joining us in
Thank you.
studio.
Thank you for having us.
It's always an absolute pleasure, and break a leg for the rest of your run. Stay with us. We'll be back with you after this break. Hey everyone, it's Deanna, Celeste and Aaron here, or as you know us, your Two Brunettes and A Gay.
Join the weekend happy hour at a new day and time every Saturday at 11 a.m.
So pour your mimosa for the most fabulous bottomless brunch in town.
Only on Saturdays at 87.6 FM, Radio Italia Uno.